What's up, bros and hoes, whatever floats your goat? It's Relentless XRG here, bringing you yet another Division build video. If you're new to the channel, please ground and pound that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so that way you know each and every time a live stream goes up or a new video or gameplay goes live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you all for the love and support, and as my way of showing my love and gratitude back to you, I will be giving away a PS4 Pro as soon as I hit 2K subs. We're so close, we're not far off, so be sure that you're subbed to the channel, that you like the video, you comment in the section below PS4 Pro giveaway or anything along that lines, and then as soon as I hit 2K subs, I will randomly select a winner, and I will double and triple check to make sure you are subbed to the channel, that you have liked the video, and that you have commented on the video, and that PS4 Pro will be given away. And also, I just want to remind each and every one of you that are watching this video, there will be gameplay of this build at the end of the video. But without further ado, let's hop right into it. Well, stutter. Stutter again. This game is love-hate relationship. I just don't want to cooperate sometimes. Fourth time's a charm? Finally! Thank you, Division gods. But anyways, as you can see, it is a mosh posh mix and match of death and destruction. Before we hop into the weaponry, let's go over the gear themselves. As you can see, we are utilizing the Barrett's Bulletproof Vest. If you do not have a Barrett's Bulletproof Vest, you can substitute for Vigorous, and if you're feeling reckless, then you can also use a Reckless chest piece. But the talents for the Barrett's Bulletproof Vest is no skills on cooldown increases skill power by 10%, one skill on cooldown increases damage by 5%, and two skills on cooldown increases armor by 10%. Good stamina roll. I wish it was higher on the armor roll, but as a new one comes available, I will be updating it, and then it'll be even more potent. And in the major attributes, we have the 5% health on a kill and the 15,170 on health, and as always, in the ammo capacity, 56% ammo. Because let's face it, if you don't have any ammo, you can't really kill a thing, and the game won't allow you to throw your gun or your shoes at an NPC or another player. And in the mod slots, we have 264 firearms with 3,100 health in both. Now, moving on to the next crucial piece of the build is the Tenacious Mask. Perfect armor roll of 1,001, decent on the stamina roll, and as we all know, or if you don't know, now you know, that the talent for Tenacious is increased damage by 10% for 10 seconds when using a medkit. And since there are so many pred builds roaming the DZ nowadays, and if your immunizer box is on cooldown, then you have to pretty much pop a med to get rid of that bleed effect. And also in turn, by cleansing yourself of that effect, you can pretty much turn and burn, as I would say, and mow them down with this 10% extra of damage, accompanied with all the other damage that are stacked on top of it, and we'll get to that in a second. In the major attributes, we have 4% crit chance, and in the mod slot, we have another 263 stamina with 3156 health. Moving on to the knee pads, just any knee pads that you should have that have good stats and what you're trying to achieve in whatever build, such as this build. I went with these Banshee Shadow knee pads, 1668 armor, good firearms roll, and the major attributes, we went with 8% crit damage, and the minors, we have shock resistance, bind death resistance, and burn resistance. And in the mod slots, we have 264 firearms with health and a first aid self-heal. Now moving on, we have the specialized backpack. The talent for it is adds 200% of firearms and stamina to skill power. So basically, if you're just using just a random backpack such as these below, and have nothing, going into electronics at all, your skill power is going to be around 88 to 89k skill power, and that's it. But utilizing in this build the specialized backpack, I gain some skill power, and with that skill power, you will achieve max crit chance and max crit damage, and as we go along you'll understand where this build is going. In the major attributes we have 8% crit damage instead of the typical health. In the minors we have ammo capacity. Mod slots we have firearms and health along with 2 first aid self heals. Now moving on to the gloves, perfect armor roll 1001, which the firearms was higher, closer to like the 1271 that it should be. And the Skull MC gloves talent is damage is increased by 16% when no set bonuses are active. So as long as you don't have 2 of the same archetype gear pieces in, then you get the 16% damage increase with the Skull MC gloves. And the major attributes we have the trifecta with SMG damage, that's my weapon of choice. That's what I choose to play with. But basically, if you rather have an AR or even a shotgun for some reason, then just have that weapon type as your primary damage, along with the crit chance and the crit hit damage. Moving on to the holster, perfect armor roll 1001, good main stats all across the board. 2 of them are max, 1 is just 1 point off. And in the majors, we have crit chance. And in the mod slot, we have first aid self heal. So basically, when you pop a med kit, you get 10% bonus. When you pulse, you also in turn get the 5% damage from utilizing the Barrett's bulletproof vest. And also with the MC gloves, you get a 16% damage boost for not having 2 same type gear pieces in your build that gives you a talent off of those 2 pieces. So basically how to build this is Barrett's, Vigorous, or Reckless. In my opinion, Barrett's is always the best just because of the talents that it has. Specialized backpack, Skull MC gloves. If you don't have MC gloves, you can use Savage, but it would defeat its purpose. You would want to have Skull MC gloves. It's easy to find a tenacious mask these days. Basically, these 3 components are crucial to this build, which is the Barrett's, Tenacious, and the Skull MC gloves. The backpack can be substituted for any other backpack that you may have until you get a good specialized backpack. And then once you do, you will achieve the right amount of skill power, so that way when you pulse, you are hitting max crit chance and crit damage off a measly 125k skill power. So moving on to the weaponry, we have the house. It doesn't have the greatest talents, but hey, it's my first one. And I'm pretty sure there's tons of you that'll leave me comments in below, oh, I got better talents on mine. I'm pretty sure with anybody has a better house than this one. Maybe not. I'm pretty sure there might be at least 1 or 2 out there that don't. But it has Swift, Deadly, and the card counter. 1/2 of the magazine does 20% increased damage. The half which deals increased damage flips after 15 seconds or when the magazine is empty. And the mod slots, we have magazine size with crit chance, crit damage. And the small optics, crit chance and crit damage. In this situation with this build, instead of having the crit damage on here with basically no crit chance, then you won't achieve what you normally would. You won't achieve the max crit chance, and then you pretty much will be capped on crit damage. And the small muzzle, crit damage, crit chance, stability, increased threat, which is the stability, increased threat don't really matter, but the stability may help me out a little bit with my potato aim. In the small underbarrel, we have crit damage, reload speed, and stability. So having the additional reload speed accompanied with the Swift, then it does, I believe it makes the reload time 1.8 seconds. And then as my secondary, Predatory, Sustained, and Competent with the LVOAC. Predatory, if you don't know, killing a target regenerates 35% of your health over 20 seconds. But Sustained, killing a target increases your health by 6%. So basically you kill an NPC, you get that 6%. And then over 20 seconds, then you'll receive the other 35%. And if I want an extra boost in damage, then we have Competent in the 3rd slot, which is weapon damage is increased by 10% for 15 seconds after using a skill. Then we have magazine size, crit chance, crit damage, optics, crit damage, stability, headshot, large muzzle, crit damage, crit chance, stability, reduced threat, and the underbarrel, crit damage, optimal range, and stability. I was usually running this tactical vector when I was in the DZ, but using the same type weapon, using the same type of ammo, You can get into some situations where you might need more than 1,800 bullets, especially if you're level 5 manhunt and you choose not to run away. You just want to stand and fight no matter what, you know, die once the whole server gets there and all the DZ PD finally managed to get over there to you. Then you might be out of med kits, and this might come in handy, and also the additional bullets from having a different type weapon as your secondary will play in factor. And then in my sidearm, custom PF45, it's a lower blue just for the skilled and also another predatory. Now you can also have cool-headed if you choose to be. That will help you get your random skills back, but if you want your alt back faster, then skilled is the way to go. I also have the police magnum, which I didn't really use, and except for with the D3 build, just so I can, you know, do Lexington with only having a magnum. I know it was just weird, but anyways, and just a gold rhino just because it looks cool. But basically, you want a sidearm, get you a blue one. The blueprints are easy to find, easy to craft, and you know you could have skilled and cool-headed on it. That would be your best option to have those two. And just, you know, NPCs, the blue ones or whatnot, if they're not red, then just get them weak enough to where, you know, just a couple taps with the pistol and they go down, so that way you can get all your skills back faster. But let's go on to the character sheet. We're at 48.5% crit chance, 119% crit damage, and then when you pulse, as you can see here, add an additional 11.1% to that, so basically you're right there, I think 0.9% from max crit chance, and then 14.8, you're 0.2% of achieving that max crit damage at 135%. So you're less than 1% from maxing out on your crit chance and crit damage when you utilize your pulse. And in turn, hand in hand, when you do pulse, then you get the bonus from the Barrett's bulletproof vest, and then let's say your time's expired on that, you're getting hit by pred, your box is down, then you can pop a med kit to cleanse yourself and also have that 10% bonus. So we're stacking damage as much as possible, also with achieving max crit chance and crit damage. But to go on to the further of the stats of this build, we already went over the crit chance and crit damage, 50% headshot damage, a little measly 5% stability, but as you can see, the plus 30% reload speed, 1.8 seconds to reload, but I think unforgiving there, especially when you're going against these builds, the extra damage stacked on top of it would be your best option. Or responsive if you're up in everybody's face like I tend to do. So my ideal would be unforgiving, the deadly, and then the card counter, or responsive, deadly, and then the card counter. All weapon bonus damage of 16%, so it doesn't really matter if you're not using SMG. If you prefer ARs, then you're still going to get that 16% from the skull gloves. 12% SMG damage, 5% health on a kill to help coincide with the sustained on your secondary and the predatory. Skills, 125.2k skill power, and my survivability is, my health pool is 330k.5, armor mitigation is 32.5%. I'll just scroll down. I pretty much have a little bit of everything on when it comes to resistance. As you can see, blind death 33, burn 33%, disorient 16%. The only thing I don't have, disrupt. But nowadays people very rarely do that anymore. Usually it's flame turret, shock turret, something along that variety, and then I have 33% shock resistance. But it is a pretty fun build, and as I get better pieces and get better things, it's just becoming more and more fun. And then you get trolled a lot in the DZ because, I mean, everybody's using basically the same thing, and you know, I get asked, well, what are you using? And then I tell them and they laugh, but then they proceed to either flag or I flag and actually show and demonstrate like I'm going to do here in a few moments with some gameplay. But yeah, you can have your pred, have your 9 lives with Nomad. You can have your little shield, but it's not going to matter when you face me unless I'm just having a really bad day and I'm not just your typically garbage. I'm that day hot garbage, and then maybe, just maybe, you might get the best of me. But I mean, we all have our days, and every single gear set or build has some kind of gimmick. In this case, it's not bleed, it's just stacks of damage and stacks of crit chance along with crit damage, just straight beaming you, bro. So hope you enjoy the build, try it out, utilize it, build it up, and just go out there and just completely destroy all the Preds and Nomads, no matter how many times they put you on bleed, and no matter how many times their Nomad procs and have their 9 lives, just continue to keep mowing them down. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll send you over to some gameplay. We'll see you later.
That is not the PC. That's like people. It is. They're behind me. Look at. Oh, somebody shooting me. It is Nick Jr. Goodbye. Little cookie for you. Food cookie. American cookies for everyone. There's a cookie for you. There's a cookie for you. Ooh, 2 props. 3 props.
Alright, he's trying to get us away from our box.
He's running for his life. But he run for his life. But he run for his life. Get the cookie. Please get the cookie. Oh, he got the blue so to see what it blue. Goodbye, Crayolo. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, the Crayolo. They got me. Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Hello, Juice. Come here. Come here. Don't run. Don't run.
Yeah, man, look at him, bro. He got a little sniper on him now or something. Cookie.
Get dropped with my potato aim. Oh, ads. We got ads out here.
Some juice for free. I got 3 seconds.
Flame turret, shock turret. Go figure.
Gotta do what? Blow your face?
Come here, you.
Whoopsie! Cookie Town. Welcome to Cookie Town. The king is back. Yeah, Cookie Town. What's up, man? I'm gonna cook this flame turret out of here, bro. Cookie Town. What's up? Welcome. I'm to Cookie Town, bro. Nah, bro, it's Cookie Town. Oh, cool. You got no man. Cool. Cookie Town. Yeah, I'm gonna send the career. Oh, you came to Cookie Town. We going to Cookie Town. Here he come.
Yeah, keep running. Hey, they coming back out.
What's Cookie Town, hood?
He's gonna hide back in there. That's all he's gonna do, and come back when.
Cookie Town. Cookie Town. Don't worry about it. Everybody's going to Cookie Town. Everybody's going to Cookie Town. Cookie Town. Everybody's going to Cookie Town. Come here, bro. You next. Cookies. Ooh, she's lucky to hit that corner, boy. It's gonna catch these up. It's too late.
He just wants somebody to run around his flame turret. That's it. Yeah, NPCs.
Ooh, somebody should be from behind. They're trying to send me to Cookie Town. He's a fucking runner.
I got you. I got you.
I know. How's names on these bugs?
Frito by dead.
We sending boys to Cookie Town. Good, bro. Cookie Town.
That's all he wants to do is.
That turret, bro. Don't worry about it. I'm cooking these turrets. They ain't doing up but procking my shit every time I shoot them turrets, so I ain't tripping. Tell them to keep bringing it. Up Cookie Town. Up, here he comes, Cookie Town. Juice, you know better. You see that Super Saiyan Broly popping off? You know better than that.
Agent, assassin, man.
Don't worry, buddy. About to get some of this Broly in this fight. Ooh.
Dropping flame turrets.
Can you deal with that?
What's up, nigga? Pop this shit for real. That'd be the worst way to get smacked, though. My mama.
NPCs.
With a grenade, bro, it's like the worst way to get smacked, bro.
Get out from that corner.
Ah, who get my shit up?
Yo, we gotta get rid of these NPCs.
Move back, son. No, you gotta go all the way over here, bro. Come on, come out of there. Bro, come on! Damn. Fuck them NPCs, nigga.
See you, Jews.
Can I get a man kick somebody? Thank you. That's a stupid bitch, bro. I'm leaving you next time, nigga. You're gonna cook your ass.